When you begin watching the video that follows, it becomes clear that Donald Trump is not just irritated, he is cornered. What you're about to see exposes a president reacting on the fly, trying to contain the damage as multiple crises pile up at the same time. Nothing here feels planned. Nothing sounds confident. It is the language of panic. In the video you're about to watch, events collide one after another. Rushed statements, shifting versions, and a White House trying to convince the public that nothing is serious, precisely when all signs point to the opposite. Pay close attention to how Trump attempts to divert attention, attack messengers, and promote himself, even in the face of serious developments on the international stage. What you will see next is not an isolated opinion or sensationalist editing. These are statements, posts, and reactions that speak for themselves. Stay until the end, because each segment helps explain why this Saturday turned into one of the most chaotic days for Trump and why he seems so desperate to control the narrative.
Donald Trump is having a terrible Saturday. He and the entire White House are in panic mode right now. They are putting out statements that the Democrats are misleading the public by, quote, selectively releasing photos from the Epstein estate to try to make Donald Trump look bad. But Donald, I thought that you didn't even know Epstein. What do you mean that they're making you look bad? Maybe you look bad by being best friends with Jeffrey Epstein, and maybe if you released all of the files, this wouldn't be an issue. You're blaming them for bringing some transparency to this while you cover up the files. Now, Donald Trump and the White House are in panic mode this morning for many other reasons. There was a horrific ambush that just took place in Syria of United States troops and Syrian troops from an ISIS-affiliated group. This as Donald Trump previously brought the former leader of Al-Qaeda, who's now the leader of Syria, into the White House, and Donald Trump was spraying perfume all over him and sniffing him because Donald Trump thought that was funny, or Donald Trump got off on that. Whatever the reason, it is incredibly odd, and there are serious things happening around the world. Much more terrible news for Donald Trump this Saturday morning I'll get into in just a moment. A reminder, make sure you subscribe to the MeidasTouch YouTube channel. We are on our way to 6 million subscribers. You know that we are under attack from this Trump regime on an almost daily basis. They want to shut down this YouTube channel, so please, if you can, hit subscribe. In addition, Donald Trump was posting just the other day that he had brought peace yet again to Thailand, between Thailand and Cambodia, and he said that he brokered yet another ceasefire. Are you going to count it twice? But in fact, there is no ceasefire. He is absolutely lying. Here was Donald Trump's post from December 12th. Trump writes, I had a very good conversation this morning with the Prime Minister of Thailand and the Prime Minister of Cambodia. They have agreed to cease all shooting effective this evening and go back to the original peace accord made with me and them and with the help of the great Prime Minister of Malaysia. The roadside bomb that originally killed and wounded numerous Thai soldiers was an accident. Both countries are ready for peace and continued trade with the United States of America. Let me just be very clear. Donald Trump had basically nothing to do with the original.
After watching the video you just saw, it becomes impossible to ignore the pattern. Donald Trump does not react like a confident leader, but like someone constantly in damage control mode. Instead of taking responsibility or clarifying the facts, he attacks, deflects, and creates parallel narratives to confuse the public. What we witnessed was a succession of crises handled with improvisation and self-promotion. While serious situations unfold on the international stage, Trump prefers to sell imaginary diplomatic victories and blame opponents for exposing reality. This is not leadership, it is theater. When a president needs to lie about ceasefires, downplay real attacks, and turn everything into a political witch hunt, the problem is not the press or the opposition. The problem is the inability to confront the truth. Trump wants the country to believe that everything is under control, but his own words show otherwise. In the end, what is frightening is not just a bad day. It is seeing serious crises treated as spectacle, while presidential credibility continues to erode, one misleading post at a time.